Guys, I got to tell you something. I don't know how to say this, but the Cowboys' pass defense is bad. Even Brian Schottenheimer acknowledged it in his press conference, kind of calling out how bad it's really been and that they're going to, quote, change things up. Shotty kind of put some guys on notice during that press conference, and we're going to talk about the changes that this team's going to make, what it could mean for the rest of the season, and who's in, who's out. So let's start off the video with what Shotty had been saying throughout the week and the past couple of times he's talked to the media. Quote, we're not giving up 16, 17, 18-yard explosives. We're giving up 35 and 40 and 45. And at the end of the day, that's not good enough, man. Had good meetings. We talked through things. We're changing up things. He also said, quote, we will make changes. Some might be scheme, some might be personnel. Those quotes came from a couple of days ago, but in a press conference today on Wednesday, the first day of practice for the Cowboys against the Packers, he said, quote, they've started the process of making scheme and personnel changes to the defense. Schottenheimer is completely tired of it. I can tell by the way that he's answering these questions. Now I want to talk about what this means and why I'm actually going to be really positive about these changes until we see it out there on the field. The team has a problem that's going to cost them games, and your head coach is finally acknowledging it. Not finally, but I'm talking about with coaches sometimes to kind of beat around the bush of what they're really wanting to do. Like, we didn't play well, we need to do this and this better. Like, Schottenheimer is telling us we are making changes. To what level? We're going to have to wait and see against the Packers, but at least he isn't saying over and over, we'll figure it out, I have to play better, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear any of that because the roster is what it is. What else are you going to change other than just moving guys around, moving some chess pieces, and doing something different schematically? Now, the big question is going to be, what changes is he talking about? We're not going to take very long talking about the scheme because it's been repeated a million different times across articles and videos and all that. Eberflus runs way too much zone, too much soft coverage on the outside. There's got to be more variety there. And it feels like Shotty understands with the scheme talk, we're going to change some things up, having more variance in your coverages, more man or mixed coverages, disguised looks, creative pressure packages, not just spot dropping into zone and letting the opposing quarterback just pick you apart. That could go a long way in helping that unit, because I watched back on the All-22, guys just look confused. They don't look like they know where they're supposed to be or what zone they're supposed to be filling when this guy crosses in front of their face, or they're just not aware of what's happening behind them, and they're not all playing in unison. It's like each guy's doing his own individual thing, and they're all kind of trying to figure it out, and it's leading to really big plays. So that's the most obvious thing that you can change. But I don't think that's going to fix your problem completely, because you still have the same guys out there on the field that haven't covered very well so far, even when they're not confused. So I think you got to start discussing some personnel changes as well. And I want to talk about that in this video. 3 personnel changes that I think could really make a difference, along with scheme changes. So the first one on my list is the safeties. Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, kind of feels like their time is running out in Dallas. Wanye Thomas, Marquise Bell, those 2 guys would be in the game for me a lot. We've seen some really, really bad safety play this year. Poor angles, poor eye management, poor play recognition, drifting out of zones, throwing over their heads. It's been really, really bad. I like Wanye Thomas. He's young, athletic, he can cover, he can tackle, he can help in run support. The limited snaps that he's played in the past, with very limited for some reason, I thought he's played well. Now, I wouldn't just stick him out there for the entire game, but at least get him out there for 50% of the reps to start, and if things are going well or he looks comfortable and he's doing what the coaches are asking, I would keep upping that number. If he's not messing up, that is a step in the right direction. For Marquise Bell, I know he played linebacker a couple of years ago. He can help you down in the box as a run defender. You kind of get the best of both worlds with both of these guys. I think they can help in run support and help your pass game. You're looking for more discipline, guys that understand the scheme, understand their job, and and what the DC is asking them to do. I feel like a lot of your problems have come from the safety position. They just haven't played well. Donovan Wilson, Malik Hooker have taken turns, taking poor angles, not staying in their zone, drifting out, letting guys run in behind them. I mean, that DJ Moore touchdown, that Malik Hooker just drifted out of his zone. Donovan Wilson's way over here. It leaves the entire middle of the field open. It was the easiest passing touchdown of Caleb Williams' career. I guarantee you that. So that's where I would start. Your safeties, when you're playing a too-high shell defense, they should be able to make plays, especially when they're just bombing it down the field. I'm not even looking for Thomas or Bell to be more talented than Malik Hooker or Donovan Wilson, although I think that's a possibility. The Cowboys are just looking for more discipline. And that brings us to number 2. Cornerback. This one gets a little bit harder because you're just so hurt at corner. Ravel's out. Bland's just now coming back. Reddy Stewart, I think he's been more than fine throughout the first 3 games in the slot. When you're in the nickel, Stewart has played really, really well in my opinion. Kyer Elam and Trayvon Diggs is a little bit of a different story. One of them is going to have to be replaced by Deron Bland. I wouldn't put Bland in the slot. Stewart has been holding that down for the past couple of weeks. You need better outside corner play. Go back and watch that flea flicker that the Bears ran. Kyer Elam watches the guy run directly past him. When has a wide receiver ever blocked 15 yards downfield or went up to the safety and tried to make a block 30 yards downfield? And Elam is just standing there watching him run by, and then obviously the flea flicker happened. Like, that stuff cannot be happening. And then obviously you got to look at what you're playing. Are you really going to switch it up with the man coverage, zone coverage? Are you going to do different things? Because I think Bland does all of that well. I'm really looking at both of these outside cover guys and wondering which one I even want on the field. I guess we're going to have to wait and see what Eberflus and Schotty come up with schematically. Maybe that can help your outside corners, but I want Bland on the outside, Stewart in the slot, and then I guess whoever you trust the most or you think's playing the best on the opposite side. And then finally, number 3. The linebackers. Jack Sanborn, I hate to say it, but is a replacement level player. He was a backup in Chicago, comes to Dallas, like Eberflus had him starting. Damone Clark is a replacement level player. He played like 10 snaps last year or something like that. Kenneth Murray is uber athletic, uber talented, but his eyes and processing don't help you very much in the run game or the pass game. All 3 of those guys are a liability in coverage. I would be interested if the Cowboys wanted to activate Shamar James, the rookie from Florida, very athletic, a very good cover guy, somebody that used to play safety, and then get more and more reps, or as many reps as you possibly can from Maris Leafau. Obviously, one of those other guys is going to have to play snaps. You can't be in a dime package all the time or have a rookie in Shamar James that hasn't even been active yet this year on the field with Maris 24/7. But, I mean, really, what's the worst that could happen? I don't think the linebacker play has been inspiring at all. It's another big problem of that defensive backfield. Those back 7 have been costing you a lot. I don't think the linebacker play against the run has hurt them, but their defensive line's also been playing the run really well, especially with the addition of Kenny Clark. They need guys that can cover. We've watched these games. We've watched tight ends run over the top of these linebackers, and they can't move over. They can't clog up passing lanes. It's been a detriment to this team. So safety, corner, linebacker. Those 3 spots, personnel-wise, need changes. Eberflus has got to get out of this mindset of, we're not going to give up the big play because you're doing that already. We're going to let everything happen underneath because you're giving up too much underneath, and then you're getting lulled to sleep until they throw it over your head. Or a corner makes a mistake, or a safety takes a bad angle, or gets his eye stuck in the backfield. It's getting this team killed. The best option to fixing this defense right now is in-house. And what's so bad about putting some young guys out there on the field, or in Wanye Thomas and Marquise Bell's situation, they're not even young guys anymore. These are NFL veterans, just to see if you get better results. And I think if Schotty is telling the truth, which he has to the media so far through his career, I don't know why he would say those things specifically, like we are making personnel and scheme changes, if he didn't mean it. I think there's a real possibility that we see a better defense on the field Sunday night. More disciplined, more variations with the coverages, more post-snap rotations and looks, different blitz packages, and different personnel. If this team doesn't look anything like it did against the Bears, I will rejoice. So thank you guys so much for watching here on the Landry Hat YouTube channel. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit that button down below. It lets me know that you enjoyed the content along with YouTube. They like it when you like the video and you comment and all that good stuff. So subscribe, like the video, leave a comment down below. Do you have faith that this can get turned around, or are you just kind of out on that unit? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you back later with the podcast this week